Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with Apple and the mini pack, except we're not really playing it, so today we are doing her pup review. I'll be doing both her first and second litters, as her first litter was really small and her second litter we lost quite a few pups. Let's jump straight into looking at these puppies. So here's her first litter with Minnie and Espen being the grandparents. First we have Blackberry, Strawberry, and Cherry. Alright, Blackberry. Very pretty brown coat with those yellow eyes. Oh, it's a grey coat. I thought it was a black coat. Secondary howl. Nothing wrong or different with her ears. Okay. So she's about an average sized female wolf. Not too big, not too small. Okay, quite a healthy wolf. -1 stamina. So might not want to go for mule deer with that -1 stam. And then offspring of Apple and Dragon. So I did not record Apple's first litter, and I did also not take in-depth notes on their personality. So Blackberry was the biggest pup of her litter. She was extremely vocal, one of the first pups to howl, and always one of the pups to howl. I see her trying to stay out of trouble as an adult, but seeks challenges as well. Definitely not a pushover, quite adventurous, loves change, and I see her trying to keep herself busy, not a wolf to sit around and do nothing for too long. If she's sitting around at the den with her pups just playing around, I have a feeling she'd leave her mate there with the pups and go and mark territory or claim territory or hunt or just try and keep herself busy. I don't see her being one to sit around and do nothing for too long. I see her being very expressive. If she gets annoyed, she will not hesitate to growl, sort of type of wolf. And maybe she's not as gentle as, let's say, Apple. Definitely devoted to family, and this kind of leads me to the question of, would she even leave her birth pack if she is so devoted to her family? Is she devoted to the point where she doesn't leave her birth pack? That's kind of like a question I'm asking, but I'd love to know what you all think of her, or what your ideas for her are. Definitely an ambitious wolf as well. Okay, let's move on to Strawberry. Alright, we're here with Strawberry. Red tint to the same coat as her mom. Her mom has this coat, Apple. I like the red tint though, that's quite pretty. Grey coat as well, with very pretty yellow eyes. Okay, primary howl. And secondary howl. April's house. For me, they match her. And then she's got a notched left ear. I'm not quite sure where that came from. Also an average sized wolf, not too big, not too small. And neutral stats. Neutral stats aren't bad stats, in fact I probably prefer them. And then offspring of apple and dragon. Alright, so Strawberry was the smallest pup of her litter. However, she was not the runt. She isn't a runt. Maybe that's where her notched ear came from. Play fighting with her siblings. She kind of got a little rough and she lost a little piece of her ear. She did fall sick and barely survived, and probably only survived due to all the pups hitting 20 pounds. She was on 5% health, which is quite low. I definitely see her being quite a decisive wolf, very loving and devoted to her family, but I also see her being a mom. I can easily see her wanting to have a family of her own and be a mom. Definitely loves her freedom as well. Confident and kind are another two aspects I see to her personality. And that's all I really have for Strawberry. So we'll move on to the last pup of Apple's first litter, Cherry. Okay, here we have Cherry, who looks to not have her mom's coat but her grand's coat, just without the scars on the face. Eyes, they're a darker shade of yellow, I think. Very pretty. Okay, primary howl. Okay, secondary howl. And no alterations in her ears, and also about the same size as her sisters, as average sized wolves. Not too big, not too small. Also neutral stats. I don't think I've ever gotten like two wolves with neutral stats in one litter. But neutral stats to me aren't a bad thing. They're probably like the easiest stats to play with. And then offspring of apple and dragon. Alright, so Cherry, I see being a very confident female wolf who loves change, loves making friends. So if we do play as her, I see her walking up to like a stranger wolf and just play bowing, despite the fact that that stranger wolf might attack her. Definitely quite curious, but I don't see her being as family devoted or committed. I see her liking her adventures a bit more and her freedom a little more than wanting to have her own family. That's all I have for Cherry. So now we'll go to Apple's second litter. Alright, so Apple's second litter, we had 7 pups, which is a huge jump from 3 to 7. And I think Apple definitely felt some of that strain. And we only lost one, but then towards the end, in the very last episode, we lost both coconut and kiwi to sickness. So we were left with 4 pups. Peach, plum, grapefruit, and goji. So let's grow these pups up and look at them. Here is Peach. Not what I was expecting, I'll be quite honest. I was expecting, because she had quite like a red coat, I was expecting like either that coat or not one of those aren't common at all. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but not really a scar across her face or a notched ear. I was not expecting any of that. So she takes after her grandma Minnie in the sense that she has a life is rough pack coat. Primary howl. Secondary howl. I think she has the same secondary howl as her mom. Notched left ear. I'm not sure where that came from. Oh, she's quite a small wolf. Not the smallest, but quite small compared to her older siblings, which are bigger than her, apparently. Was not expecting that. Okay, the strength makes sense with her size. Stamina also makes sense. Speed, not so much. And health? Health makes sense because she fell sick twice while as a pup. So when I say health, some people might be like, if she was healthy, she wouldn't have fallen sick. But I'm saying she's healthy because she recovered from sickness. Offspring of apple and dragon. Okay. Peach. I see Peach being a very fair, calm and relaxed wolf. Very confident, stubborn, and a little bit defiant. I see that happening because in one of the episodes, I can't remember which one now, Apple wolfed the pups into the den and Peach was a little further away, but I thought she was close enough to hear, but she didn't go into the den. So Apple went and picked her up and brought her closer to the den, and she ran away as soon as she was put down on the ground right outside the den. Apple had to woof once again to get this pup into the den while all her siblings were already in the den. So that's where I see the defiance coming through and stubbornness. Other than that, I see her being very selfless, kind and caring, quite responsible, and also very devoted to her family. I also see her being a bit reserved. Yeah, I don't have anything else on Peach. So we'll go on to Plum. Plum? Oh my word. I was not expecting that from Plum. At all. And look at those eyes. I was not expecting that. I think it's an NPC coat. Wow, okay. I was not expecting that at all from Plum. So, okay. Those eyes. I can't get over those eyes. They're such like a deep orange and nearly red. Quite a change from all the yellow eyes. Okay, primary howl. Okay, secondary howl. I don't know why, but I think both those howls match her quite well. And nothing wrong with her ears, I don't think. No, nothing wrong with her ears. Also quite a small wolf. I wonder if the whole litter is going to be quite small. It might be due to the fact that it was such a big litter. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Okay. Strength makes sense with how small she is of a wolf. And health. Offspring of apple and dragon. Plum, I see her being very independent. She was often out alone, away from the rest of the pack. By the den, she was usually the furthest out pup. Unlike Peach, I see her being rather obedient and maybe even submissive to like whoever's in charge, and maybe even her mate if we go on to play her. Other than that, I see her being very energetic and adventurous, as well as generous, quite a fast learner, and I think one thing she'd have in common with Peach would be being a little reserved. Also, anytime she was with her siblings, she was trying to play with them. That's where this idea comes through. I think she has trouble interacting with other wolves, and so would resort to play all the time. I don't know if she'll want to go on to have her own pack, but if she does or doesn't, I think she just wants to like have fun in life. Like not too serious. She just wants to enjoy her life. But yeah, that's all I have for Plum, so we'll go on to Grapefruit. Okay, we're with Grapefruit, and she has the same coat as Blackberry. And a notched ear. Also, bright yellow eyes against brown coat. That house suits her so much. Secondary. And then notched left ear, which I'm not sure where that could come from. Maybe that happened after she dispersed. Yeah, I think this is a small litter. Not strong, which I was kind of expecting with her size, and quite healthy. Offspring of apple and dragon. Okay, so Grapefruit was the first pup to howl in episode 1. Like, she was just out of the den and she was already howling. So that's why when I say her primary howl, which I want to click it again, makes sense, because her being so vocal, you'd kind of expect her to be a loud, noisy wolf. Along with being a very vocal wolf, I see her being very expressive as well. So if another wolf annoys her, she won't hold back, she'll immediately growl and let them know she's not happy. However, I see her being a bit more gentle than Blackberry when it comes to interacting with others. I don't see her having a strong desire to make her own pack. Instead, I see her just wanting to enjoy life like Plum. And I don't see her understanding danger very well as well, which could be where her notched ear came from. I say this because Grapefruit, I can't remember which episode it was, but there was a bear attack. She stayed outside the den the entire time. So I don't think she's a wolf who knows or understands completely how dangerous danger is. But maybe as she grows up, she'll learn to be more cautious. Yeah, that's all I have for Grapefruit. So, moving on to the last pup, Goji. Oh my word, Goji. I'm saying oh my word to the eyes, not really the coat, because that coat appears so much in this bloodline, like what the heck. But those eyes, those are pretty. He's such a nice orange. Okay, howls. Primary. Secondary. He has pretty quiet howls. Also quite a small wolf. Ooh, okay. Strength makes sense because of the size. Stamina doesn't though. And health does make sense because he never felt sick. Offspring of apple and dragon. Okay, so Goji, I see him being quite a curious yet decisive wolf, quite family oriented, because he was, unlike Plum, he was always near the pack. He was either playing with one of his siblings, which is why I'm going to say he's also playful, or he was near one of his siblings or parents. And despite his size, I think he'd be quite a strong and powerful wolf. That's all I have for Goji. So if you guys have any ideas for any of these wolves, even the first litter where I didn't actually record, then please comment down below. I'd love to hear your ideas. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!